Hello, everyone. This is Pharoah Vincent with Nation 506 and 817. Um, I'm going to come to you guys with a bit of a theoretical video. I don't actually have all the stats in place to show this off, but I figured out how mobility percentages work. And so this one's going to be a little bit tricky because it's going to really apply to both construction and recruitment speeds. So technically all of these apply. But it was driving me a little bit crazy because my total mobility is 161 point something percent. It's like close to 162%. And it didn't make sense to me because, the base numerical value of mobility is 300. And so then you apply your percentage from there, and the numbers didn't exactly make up. Because if you're over 100%, my brain is telling me, hey, I should be way low. And so that kind of got me into figuring out exactly how it works, because it's not a true percentage in the sense of like your LRA or your MRA or whatever other stats we have here, where it is a percent of value, although it doesn't seem that way. It could be. Actually, I want to play around with some of these stats more and more to see if all of them work this way. But the way it ends up working is it is literally the percent multiplication. So what do I mean by that? At 166%, that is just a bit over 2.5 times faster. And it makes sense because if you take the total value of 300 and you multiply that by, basically double. So if you're getting it twice as fast, you're going to have 150 seconds, which is easy to check 100%, right? So what does all that mean? That means that there is an actual limit to how far down you can go with officers. I'll show mine just to kind of give you guys an idea. But with specifically the fuel up skill here, when you get that up to rank 20, the mastery percentage should be 3.5. When you get a level 55 5-star officer, the overall mastery rating is 1100, which means that each officer can give you somewhere around like 37 point something percent. I think it's like 37.5, and you get up to, I want to say, like give or take 77% just from fuel up. When it comes to the mobility, this increases by 0.4 each step. Mine's at rank 8. So when you're talking about unworldly stats, you're looking at around, I don't know, 6.5, 7% per officer. Sorry, more than that, actually. Sorry, 13-ish% per officer, to a total of 26%. So between both of them, you're looking at a grand total of like 113%, which is a lot. Like, the investment to get that high is insane. And what do you get for all of this? Really, when you crunch the numbers down, you get it down to the smallest value possible, the highest mobility, assuming that you have level 30 triple S rank mobility, assuming that you have level 20 fuel up, assuming that you have level 5-star officers with a full level 55 on each of them, and your VIP 15, you've completed all your academy research, all of your commander skills are set, right? Because you get 80% from commander skills. Assuming you did all of that hard work, you can get to 1/92. So from where I'm at 162%, to where I can cap out at around 217%. Because again, I don't have the VIP rank, right? 225 is the theoretical soft cap. I'm looking at 1/92. I do want to have a special call out that we could technically get a little bit lower with badges. So these come from Duel of Dominance. I don't spend there really at all. I did the first like 2 and then I stopped. But you can get a little bit more out of these. So theoretically 1/90, but you really, you're fighting hard on the stats. So it kind of gave me this guide that I wanted to give to you. And the whole purpose of this video was to talk about the theory, but also to give you guys a little bit of advice. So up to 100% is, to me, the actual soft cap. You get a lot of value up to the 100% mark. It's really easy to obtain 100% too, because you can do that with just academy research and officer skills. That brings you from 300 to 150, right? So that's 150 seconds off for 100%. The next 100%, right, if you went from 100 to 200%, you have to have officers, you have to have unworldly skills, and you have to have your VIP rank, right? And so when you add in those specifically, you're looking at a 50-second reduction down to 100 seconds. And then for the last 25%, you're looking at 8 seconds, right? So you can see how that number is starting to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And really, we can take that 8, multiply it 4 times, and you're looking at like 32% at best gain from that point. So, 32, seconds. Anyways, long story short, you're looking at, like, if you had somehow managed to get your badges up so high that you can get another, 75% out of them, which I don't think they go that high. I mean, they might. I don't know if there's a cap to them or not, and somebody who spends more could absolutely let me know. But what I'm trying to say is you're kind of hitting this really bad hard cap. So 100 seconds is kind of the soft cap, and I think everyone should aim or have a goal of getting to that soft cap. Getting from there to what I consider the hard cap is 150%, because at 150%, you are at 1/120. And getting 50% is actually very easy to do. You can do that with just level 10 fuel up skills on each of these guys, right? That's going to give you that plus VIP. Because at rank 10, you're looking at, literally 10% to 12%. So you're going to be able to get that off of your officers that way. And then everything past that is, again, the hard cap of 1/120 or 150%. Everything past that, you're not getting a lot of bang for your buck at best. And I do mean at best. Let's say I did everything perfect and I get to my 1/192 from where I'm at currently. I would gain an additional 1 zombie every hour or 10 fuel an hour more than where I'm at. It's just not that worth it for millions of officer EXP at this point. Probably at least 1 million, right? Couple thousand skill books each to get those last few ranks to get up to level 20 and fuel up, and then to level up mobility up to level 30. I mean, when you're talking about all those numbers, I think getting past 1/120 is just not worth what you're putting into it. And you'd be better suited to putting that towards your combat stats, towards your fleet size, right? Obviously, I've got the new officer, Maria. I think I'm going to start leveling her instead. Even though she's not that great, I'm still probably going to level her. But really, it just comes down to, I don't know that I want to put 1 million, conservatively, 1 million officer EXP into 10 seconds off my mobility recovery, right? I don't think that number is going to really benefit me that much in the grand scheme of things. So anyways, I was hoping that this helps everyone. Everything that I mentioned about that percentage is also true of your recruitment speed. Luckily, this stat is actually displayed as a stat. So same thing. I think anything past, 100% is kind of easy to get to, right? For recruitment speed. You can see I'm sitting at 136 with my current officers, and getting anywhere past that, you're starting to talk about, hey, I'm at twice as fast and a little bit over, and anything past like 150 is probably going to start to really make that harder, right? Because getting up to that 3 times number, getting up to that 4 times number, trying to get up to those higher numbers, you're getting less and less benefit the higher the percentage goes, because you're hitting that hard cap. So just keep that in mind as you guys are leveling, and I hope this helps. Let me know what you guys think. Again, sorry that this is theory, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of the theory about what I'm doing. So as always, thank you guys so much for your time. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I have fixed the comments on all my videos, so you can make them now. So please feel free, engage. I try to respond as much as possible. Sometimes it's a little hard to reply to a reply because it doesn't pop up. So I got to figure that out. I'm still kind of new to YouTube. But I am trying to interact. I'm trying to engage, and I'm going to make a lot more videos. So if you like this kind of content, let me know. And if there's specific content you're looking for, absolutely letting me know that as well. I've got a few requests. Some of them I think might be better in a live stream. Some of them I think might be better as a video. And I will be live streaming every event that I participate in that involves everything. So that's kind of where the channel's going. Again, sorry to throw that in there at the end, but I thought that might be a good thing to do. So thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful rest of your day.